Hello everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, and I want to remind everyone that we were all unalive for billions of years, and now here we are, a blip. So there's a new studio album coming out next year from Car Seat Headrest. And if you're a Patreon subscriber to Car Seat Headrest, you probably already know this. Also, I've been talking about the potential of an album, coming out, that it was under development. It's mentioned in the wiki page for Car Seat Headrest that a new studio album is coming out. My information about this new album comes from different sources, but that's the whole reason why I am starting this series of Car Seat Headrest songs, doing them, one at a time. So with the new album, the release date could be as early as sometime in late Q1 of 2025. It's probably more likely going to be in Q2. So we're looking at something released maybe after the 1st of April, sometime, later in that quarter. The band, however, has announced tour dates already, and they have a tour date this summer here in Chicago at the Salt Shed, and I got my tickets. I'm very excited about this. The Salt Shed is a great outdoor venue, so it should be a wonderful experience for the show. Now, with this new album, the title of which I am unaware at this time, or even what a working title might have been, the songwriting, as I understand, is a less Will Toledo and a little more of a collaboration with the other band members. Now, what I mean by less Will Toledo, I'm just saying that, it's just a more collaborative, communal, contributive process to the songwriting. That's the information, that I have been getting. And in fact, there's Ethan Ives, the guitar player, other guitar player, because Will's a guitar player as well. He sings more on this. So this could very well be a signal that the band is really strengthening ties, that they are able to develop the collaboration like this. It could be an indicator of other things as well. And of course, you've got Seth Dalby on bass and Andy Katz on drums. What the sound is going to be like? Well, Ethan Ives has released his own CD, which he played a song in the last tour, which is, was released on the Faces from the Masquerade. So we've got that, which, by the way, is not. I mean, it's a good sounding album. But it's just not that great of a sounding album in terms of the mixing, and I talked about that in a previous video. Then you've also got this project that was a collaboration between Will and Andy called One Trait Danger. So, those are the other two things that are out there that may or may not indicate the direction the band is heading in. Now, there were some test pressings already made at a pressing plant in the Czech Republic. A lot of really excellent pressings have been coming out of the Czech Republic. And it's my understanding that this release is going to be on 2 discs. Okay, so, Madlow was like 1 disc, and it was the songs, great songs on there, but it definitely was a different direction than maybe what you had on Teens of Denial, or even with Twin Fantasy. Now we're going back to 2-disc release, and that the sequencing on these discs, there's going to be sides, as I understand it, that are going to have a lot of dead wax. So this suggests to me, and this is only my speculation, that there may be a return with the band to more narrative storytelling style of songwriting, kind of moving away from what Madlow was going into, which the songs were more contained. It was released on a single album. So yeah, that's kind of my guess where they might be going with that. So that's just kind of all speculation, about that. So I'm going to start doing these videos, taking a Car Seat Headrest, one song at a time, leading up to that release date, whenever it, may occur. And I'm starting off with the song Crows, which comes from Nervous Young Man, which I have on this burned CD, because as far as I know, the only way you can get it is by, downloading an electronic file. And then what I did is, after I purchased it from Bandcamp and downloaded the file, that I just, burned it to a CD. That's the only way you're going to get a physical format of this particular release, because Will has said in earlier interviews several years ago, that he has no interest to go back and re-record for commercial release, the earlier material, particularly the numbered albums. It would be so cool, though, for Nervous Young Man just to be released on CD. I'm sure he still has all the master tapes and all that, that one and How to Leave Town. Those would be 2 great CD releases. Although, yeah, I'm sure it probably creates a lot of complications with Matador Records and la 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 la. But anyway, so yeah, starting off with this song, Crows.
After word.
that was their performance of Crows when I saw them here in Chicago when they played at the Vic Theater in their last tour. And what a great opener. It's just, it really is a outstanding opener to their shows. And the beginning of the song is not something that was recorded and released in Nervous Young Man or even with the earlier one. This intro sets a speculative mood, kind of portraying life as being linear, like a series of events. He's talking about being on, the train, looking at the window, the passing views, how, life is. So life is kind of like just this series of events. Then he discovers that he has eyes, then he has lungs. So to me, it's like this development of awareness, of self-awareness. And then, he says in there, I have memories. Are these my memories? Have I been here before? Or is this the first gig? Morning or evening? Morning or evening. So with that line, he is introducing this concept that, well, maybe life isn't linear. That, is it the beginning or is it the end? He's kind of raising this question of whether life is truly linear or is it a series of loops? Now, this is just me, and my reaction to that. Other people might listen to that and get something completely different, and that's perfectly fine. This is just me, with everything that I am, the experiences that I've had and lived, and everything that I've seen and read, and etc., and the people that I've met. That all comes together, and that makes me. Okay, and so everybody else has different, life experiences that makes them who they are. So their reaction could be similar to mine, or it could be very different. That's just kind of, how I go with it. So then the song begins. And the song has kind of, I guess you could say, two origins. There was the earliest origin of the song is something that Will wrote for Kate Wirtz for their comic. And so it has slightly different lyrics at the beginning than the song that was released on Nervous Young Man. So with that one, with the original song, it begins with, I ran out of my mind. Sex havers, stop being so mean, calling your girlfriends names. So I ran out of my mind. A very different presentation than what was released on Nervous Young Man. What we get there is the song begins with, and that's how the song began when I saw them at the Vic Theater. I'm alive. Hey boys, stop being so mean, calling your girlfriend names. So I'm more familiar with that version of the opening to the song, this notion, and I really like that because, he's saying, I'm alive. So it's like, you weren't there, but now I'm here. Okay. And it's like, then he says, hey boys, stop being so mean. Or, in the other version, he says, sex havers, stop being so mean. But it kind of, I don't know, it's lending this notion of, okay, we're here. this is very special, the fact that we are here the way we are. But we have been existing forever, and just in a different form, and maybe in not necessarily a conscious form. It's just, but here we are, okay, just this blip. Then the song is pretty much the same throughout. Starts off with the lines, sweatshirt strings dangling under fluorescent lighting, sweatshirt strings strangling inside the parking complex. Okay, so this is, again, a really, it's dark. It's very moody the way he's singing it. There's a lot of what I think is, it's a sound that what I hear. And again, I have to say this every time whenever I'm talking about music, that I'm not suggesting that the artist is being reductive. I'm just saying what I'm hearing. I can hear influences, I can hear whispers of Dead or Alive coming through this song. Anyway, Will, in the beginning, well, he would be recording his music at home, but then he would take his car and drive someplace, perhaps like a parking garage, and that's when he would record his lyrics. And in some cases, he would just be literally screaming as loud as he can inside his car, to record the vocals to go with the songs. So there's that kind of vibe coming in there about, sweatshirt strings strangling inside the parking complex. But then the song, as you see in the video clip that I shared, just launches into this shouting and joyous, to me, anthem of, what if for just one night you turned into an animal? Okay, it's like this, to me, it's a very liberating, shedding of everything, of all the constraints that we, grow up in terms of society and norms and everything. It's just this, just let go. What if for just one night you turned into an animal? And he just repeats that over and over again while the band is just jamming like crazy. What if for just one night you turned into an animal? Over and over again. And you saw again in the clip, how the crowd responds to that. It's really, really a great opener for a show. And then we go into a few more verses, which I did not record, in my clip. But, he says, no longer hampered by the weight of our skin. Again, that liberation, we're just liberating ourselves. We focus solely on the pleasures within. So it's a very hedonistic and almost nihilistic release of energy, the bacchanal, so to speak, of just pleasure. Abandoned hallways with the lights flickering. Interesting line, this notion, which, you kind of get that, perhaps a little bit of that imagery, coming through with the cover art that goes with Madlow. So, you can picture this, like this empty, sort of dark, crepuscular hallway, and how, the fluorescent lights in the ceiling just kind of flicker. The empty parking lot, we fold our bones in. That's the folding of bones. To me, this is a reference perhaps to sex, to sexual activity. I don't think it has anything to do with, corpses or anything like that. And then again, we get the image that we have with the from Madlow with the line, "Street lights reflecting makes an asphalt halo. The nighttime is the right time. Come on, let's go." I would really like the way he sings and delivers that part, because it again to me conjures the feeling and the vibe, the atmosphere, of a Dead or Alive song. And then at the end he says, "It was much darker at the time, don't you know? The colors faded out on this video." So the colors faded out on this video. It's like, in like a VHS, or Betamax video, with all the plays and everything, how the color fades, even with certain, photographs and photographic transparencies, over time, the color just kind of fades, as we experience life, these moments that we have, they diminish in our memory. They're all part of who we are, but it's not like we can always hold on to them, because they do pass, which has a lot to do, in my opinion anyway, with why we try and replicate it over and over and over and over and over again. And we get caught up in these loops, these cycles, where we're trying to chase the same pleasure over and over and over again. And which is fine at the moment, but at the same time, it's very dissatisfying, because we can't recapture what we felt with that first release, I guess, what I'm saying. And this is, again, this is just my interpretation, with the song. Others may have a completely different take on it. But yeah, this is such a great opener for the song, for the concert, for the tour, for the one that I saw, which, gosh, how time blends together. So yeah, this would have been the 2022 tour. That's when I saw them in Chicago. It was in March of 2022. Faces from the Masquerade, which is a live recording from that tour, was captured in March at Brooklyn Steel in New York. So that would have been right after Chicago. There were 2 nights that they played in Chicago as well. I went to both shows. Whether this new tour is going to start with Crows, it's a great starter. It's a great way to open the show. But there are a lot of other really good songs that they could open a show with. Crows is still a really strong one, but I suspect, and it wouldn't surprise me if they did, because they played it together on a tour before, so they're familiar with the song. It's one that they can they can do because they've done it so many times. But it's an opportunity for them to perhaps dig another song out of the vaults, maybe from Nervous Young Man or How to Leave Town, or even Disjecta Membra. It was such a good opener and so exciting, when they played that. And I am really, really getting excited, even though it's months away for this new tour that's going to come up. So I hope to continue doing these periodically. And when I was preparing for this, and I listened to this in entirety again. This is really one of my favorite releases of theirs, or of Will's, Nervous Young Man. There are a lot of really, really good songs on there that I will be returning to, but it's just such a fantastic catalog of songs anyway. Hey, leave a comment in the down under. What do you think of the song Crows? Did you go to any of those shows in 2022? And, what did you think of, of Crows being the opener? Love to get the comments. I really do enjoy getting that. So leave something in the down under. Hit the like button, even if you're already subscribed, because it really does help with distribution of the videos. And you can also find me on Instagram, where I go by the handle of NewsDude76. That's NEWZDUDE76. And I have a Facebook page called Calvin Wazoo, where you can follow me there, where I post these videos, but I also post other music-related video content and articles. There is a playlist, Car Seat Headrest playlist on my YouTube channel that you can check out, where all my car seat headrest videos are located, as well as other car seat headrest videos that I have found on YouTube that I thought were interesting. I didn't post everything, in this playlist, but, ones that, some of them are including interviews with Will Toledo. But I had that playlist, so, check that out. Easy to find. Just, go to my main page and check out my playlists. So yeah, getting really excited. Are you excited for this tour as much as I am? Because, Car Seat Headrest to me is just one of the more influential and significant bands to come around in a long, long time. So yeah, thanks for watching. And remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.